How's it
All right,
going?
it's going good. Let's start it off real quick with the pop quiz. That's how we're cold opening this with a pop quiz. Steph, who's the better college football coach only the last 3 years, okay? Deion Sanders or Nick Saban?
Ooh, last 3 years. No one wants to hate on Saban. He is the most successful college football coach of all time. But the last 3 years, what Coach Prime has done with Jackson State, like that was impressive to go on and to do this for Colorado. I mean, he's bringing national attention to this state. I mean, there's plenty of people showing up to these games. It's all ESPN can talk about.
He
I
hasn't
don't
lost a
know. He's
game
giving
either.
guys a big opportunity. It might have to be. It
Uh,
might have to be Coach.
the chat doesn't like me comparing Sanders and Saban, but I'm doing it. I just want to get people talking because Deion Sanders is a topic right now. You mentioned his name, you start getting a bunch of people wanting to chime in. Let's get to the show, Steph. Welcome, everybody. Happy Thursday, or Friday Junior, what some people call it. I would like to welcome you to Cheat Sheet, your last stop before you lock. We got a wonderful show for you. My name is Jared Quay Campbell. You guys know me. I don't want to introduce myself. I'll be piloting this ship, but I'm not alone because I'm joined by the lovely Stephanie Otey. Steph, are you good right now?
We are so good right now. We got lots of exciting things to talk about. Football is back on. Lots of exciting things off the field as well. Very excited to get into all of it.
Well, look, we got a wonderful show for you guys. We got my man T-Rell from Back on Fig coming on the show later. But right now, I want to do the PrizePicks version of a recap of more or less with the weekly recap, all right? So, Steph, we're going to start this off with more or less. You ready? All right.
Let's do it.
More or less celebrities at Colorado Buffalo football games. Do we want more of that or less of that?
Ooh, I've had so much fun interviewing celebs at Ohio Stadium, but if it's going to be Colorado specifically, Coach Prime may not to bring too much attention. They got into second overtime last week. I might have to say less. Ease up.
Oh, get out of here. I want more. That thing is like the Met Gala right now. I promise you. Like they say Beyonce and Jay-Z going to be at the next one. That is the hottest ticket in town. The Rock is wearing a jersey that, like, low key, he's making the Shadur Sanders jersey literally look like something popping right there. So I'm a fan of it.
I gotta know, like, airlines gets to Colorado at this point. The numbers have been through the roof. I bet.
And they're going to Boulder. All right, more or less, Akron's turnover tire. They have a turnover tire instead of a turnover chain. More or less of this.
I like it. I'm for the pageantry. It's fun, exciting. It's college football. It's more for me.
This is punishment. Like, yo, if you don't got budget for props for turnover, just say so. Why are you putting tires on this? They look like the Michelin men over there. Get out of here. I hope teams scoring them just so I don't have to see that. I'm not rocking with it. I'm not rocking with it. All right. Next one, Steph. More or less cheerleaders wearing belts. Look at this.
Oh, see, I was a cheerleader. I wouldn't want to be wearing a belt when I'm tumbling. Just use safety pins. The show must go on. I'm less. You can use something else.
I think that was a style point, yo. He like landed that thing perfect with his pants down. Like, does that count as streaking?
That's talent. That's like, talent.
Would he get
to do?
If he tried to do that through the middle of the Super Bowl, would somebody tackle him, or is that like him just chilling? Like, that's streaking.
That's somebody more skill to land that with your pants at your ankles. That's talented.
I think he did it on purpose. That's just me. All right, this one people aren't gonna like. More or less, Shannon Sharp's dance moves. Did you see this at the CU over weekend? Look at him.
I'm for it. He looks like he's having a blast. I would dance with him. That looks like everyone seems to be having fun there.
I think Shannon Sharp was cloned. At this point, I think he's cloned. I don't think he's human right now. I mean, like Chance, that's my uncle right there. But like low key, at this moment, he might get uninvited to the cookout. That's what he's dancing like.
He's invited to my cookout. He's having fun.
No, he got a bad hip. I'll give him that. All right, last, more or less, Mike McDaniel's putting on the burners on this cameraman. More or less of this.
This is a new ick unlocked. It's just cringy. I don't know. I feel it's just cringy.
What you mean? He's showing off the wheels.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna tell you right now. Camera to be like, hey, watch this. Literally, look.
If I saw that,
It's cringe.
If I was there and I saw him running like that, I would run too. I'm like, oh snap, somebody's shooting. Like I don't. That's what he's running like. I don't know, man.
It's cringy. I get it. He's got to get to the locker room. There's limited time at timeout, but it was cringe. No.
I mean, Mike McDaniels is the funnest coach in the NFL right now. I'm giving him that. Even he's the weirdest and funnest at the same time. All right, that's it for the more or less of this week's wrap up. We went more on everything, Steph, so that's what we're doing there. But we're going to keep it going into superlatives here, right? I think we're going to have some fun with you here. You got some great superlatives for us, don't you?
I love superlatives. They're so fun. Let's do it.
All right. First thing first, we're going to take most likely to forget their homework.
Oh, Luke Getsy. He's recycling plays. He's making everyone look bad. Yeah, look at this right here. They have Patrick Mahomes next week. You think he's going to be watching film at all? Absolutely not. It's stressful to watch because there's no hope for this Bears team. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I think that he needs to come up with a better game plan. Everyone is fully expecting what he's going to do. And then you see that statement about Fields saying, "Oh, it's coaching," and then it's not, and it's a mess. It's a mess. Clean it up. Do your homework.
They got him looking like a robot. That's hilarious. That's what, maybe Shannon Sharp is a robot too. All right. Up next, the biggest flirt. Who's the biggest flirt?
Ooh, I might have a tiebreaker because the talk of the town has been about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. He made a bracelet for the Taylor Swift concert with his number on it. And now there's words swirling around that they're actually dating. So he has some riz there too. But then you have Xavier Howard with rumors circulating. He currently has 4 women pregnant. So I don't know. I mean, who's got the more riz? I mean, I would say Travis Kelce's got riz because he's swooping up Taylor Swift. I think that Xavier Howard has another problem at his hands.
I love it. I mean, four women pregnant. We were not even going to talk about that on the show. We can't talk about 4 women being pregnant. That sounds terrible. Let's talk about Taylor Swift taking over the NFL. There's too many distractions for one team.
Oh,
all right.
I think that's going to be good for AFC to have her messing with the Chiefs right now. I'm for it.
No. Are you want them not to go to the Super Bowl again?
She might have to look out. Alex Earl was saying she's into Travis Kelce. So Taylor Swift might have some competition with the TikTok queen.
I don't know. I don't know. All right. Cutest couple. Who's the cutest couple?
Oh,
that's a superlative.
This is going to be cute. It's going to be Tua and Tyreek. They're doing so great on offense. Like you said, down in Miami, everyone's having a blast there. It's fun to win. They're clearly have a great connection, a great bond. Things are working out great for them. This is a beautiful relationship. This is the cutest couple. Absolutely.
I mean, for my fantasy team, it is amazing, honestly. Is Tyreek, is he the best receiver in the NFL right now? Like, is he him or Justin Jefferson?
Oh, Chat, he's up there. Chime in. He's got a great quarterback, too.
Who's better, Chad? Justin Jefferson or Tua? Or Justin Jefferson or Tyreek Hill, I'm sorry. Next one. Who's the most photogenic?
Oh, this is definitely teed up for Kyle Cranston getting his first NFL touchdown in 31 games. Takes the football of his touchdown pass and swaddles it and makes it like a little baby photo shoot. It's very, very cute. If we can get the picture pulled. Yes, it's so adorable. What? I think that's cute. He's very proud. That's his little baby. He worked so hard and he gets the touchdown. He's savoring the moment with a nice little photo shoot.
Yeah, that person, everybody wants to tackle that baby.
Do you have a moral lesson? Would you do a photo shoot?
I want less football photo shoots. I'm going to take that. I'm going to be honest with you. Get on the field and make plays. Let Getty do the pictures, not the photo shoots. All right, guys. We're going to wrap it. We're going to do a quick break for a commercial, and we're going to come back, guys, and we're going to have one of the fan favorites. We're going to have my man T-Rell coming on to join us, guys. So stick around after this commercial break. Whoa, what's up, baby? We are back. We are back with today's guest, who's a beloved in the podcast world, a staple in LA, and he's here for us right now, Mr. Back on Fig himself, T-Rell. What's happening, baby? How you living?
What's up, man? How you doing, man? I'm in here.
I see you, man. Hey, look at
I
you,
love
man.
it. I
You
love it.
speeding?
Yeah, no. I'm
Just
taking my
going safe
time. I'm taking
driving.
my time.
All right, this is
Oh my
uh,
God.
all right. Our first game is how can we not distract you too much while we're doing this? No, just a quick. We'll have a couple quick
I'm a
questions. We won't
pro.
make this too long for you, bro. We won't make this too long for.
I'm a
We
pro.
saw you had on your YouTube channel. You had Dame Lillard on there talking about his decisions and his cool things. So my first question to you is just: do you think Dame is going to stay in Portland, or where does he go if he leaves?
Dame is 100% for sure leaving Portland. He is
Who's he
out
Yo,
teaming up
there. You
with?
know what I'm saying? He's gone.
Who's he going to team up with? Do you think it's going to be LeBron?
In a perfect world, I would want him to team up with LeBron. I am a Laker fan. To the death of me, I am a Laker fan, but he's probably not going to be a Laker, but he's definitely leaving Portland. I know that for sure. He sold his house. He has a one-way ticket out of there.
It sounds like you might know a
dang.
destination. That one of the destinations. It sounds like you
Yo,
might
if
know
he
something. Look at his face. He knows something.
I might know a little something, but I ain't gonna tell
hey,
you.
break news for us. Break news for us.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
no,
he
I
knows
am
something. Where did
saying.
he buy a house? Where did he buy a house?
I know he sold his house, but I don't know, I can't tell you where he bought a house. I can't tell you where
I'm
he
pretty
bought a
sure he
house.
Oh,
was
bruh.
just in LA with you guys. So, mm,
Yeah, he was just
mm.
in LA. Well, he was in LA with us, and then he flew to Vegas, and then he did the pod with Cam and Mace over there with those guys. So, but yeah, man, I'm for sure he's gonna leave. I mean, he should. I mean, he should. He should do what's best for him in his career. He's been holding it down for a very long time. I say when you have a superstar player like that, you want to kind of surround your superstar player with the pieces that he needs that provide him, to win a championship. So I don't feel like he's wanted. I don't feel like he's appreciated over there. So for sure, I
He
think he's
deserves it.
gonna make that decision to get out of there. Yeah.
All right, well, dang, we got a little bit of breaking news. We didn't get where, but we definitely got he's gone. I don't think there's any hope for anybody from Portland. T-Rell, man, I was going through the channel, man. I was watching a lot of footage. I stumbled upon a clip where they said you used to be a rapper, bro. Were you nice? Were you a
I
nice rapper?
definitely wasn't nice.
He
I was
laughing at
not
himself.
nice. I know my
So
friends were being nice, telling me I could rap, but they were
I,
just being friendly.
I don't. I'm just quoting somebody. I think Schoolboy Q was the one that said it, but they quote unquote said you were trash. That's a low bar. Are you trash?
I was. I mean, he didn't have to do me like that. I could do a little something. I wasn't trash. Okay.
All right.
I think I'm
On a
better
scale of
rapper
one,
than both of you guys. If you guys started rapping.
Steph got bars, bro. Be careful. Steph
I
got
was gonna
bars.
say, do you ever freestyle? Do you ever freestyle rap?
I do not freestyle rap. It was something I was trying on the side. Everybody has to try it at least once. You feeling the music. I have a lot of friends that rap, so I tried it and it didn't work out for me.
All right. This is my question. Yeah, this is my question for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say your rap skills were? Five, 4, 3, 7.
I was a 5.5.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I was
We above
leaning
average.
towards 6.
All right.
Yeah, like
So,
if I
uh,
practiced a little bit more, I could get there.
all right. So I'm gonna play a game with you. All right. I'm gonna name a bunch of athletes that became rappers, and we're gonna have you rate them to see if you think you're better or worse than these rappers. All right. The rappers are the first one
woo.
is Dame Dollar. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a rap is Dame? How good of a rapper is Dame?
Dame is an 8.5 for sure. Dame is an
Okay.
8.5 for sure. He's taking his artistry. He's very serious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Shaq Diesel. And what is Shaq on a scale of 1 to 10?
Shaq is up there too. Quality album, quality features. He made an impact in the rap game. He made his mark, so I'll probably give him about a 7.5 for sure.
Okay, so Shaq and them both better than you. All right, Allen Iverson, aka Jules. Who's better, you or AI?
I'm killing AI. AI can sit down. Stop it. AI was trash.
You would never collaborate with him, is what we're getting.
All right, Antonio Brown, 1 to 10. Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown. Oh, hell no. Not Antonio Brown. No. We are not listening to no AB songs. I'm sorry, AB.
Oh, it's got to be entertaining at least. It may not
Le'Veon Bell. Who's a better rapper, you or Le'Veon Bell?
Oh yeah, I'm killing Le'Veon Bell too. This is an easy list, man. Hold on.
All right, we're gonna finish off with Roy Jones Jr. Who's better with Roy Jones Jr.?
Roy
Jones. Jr.
I mean, we might be neck and neck. Roy Jones was cool. Roy Jones was cool, man. We might be neck and neck, man. We might be going at that 5.5, 6 mark. He was cool.
All right, I like it. I dig it. So we do think we're better than a lot of the athlete rappers. We just not as good as some of the guys you have on your show. So I rock with that, bro.
Yeah, you didn't add Miles Bridges in there too, man. Miles Bridges, he's hard, man. He definitely for the youth, but Miles Bridges is one of the ones that's coming up. He just like Dame.
What about Lonzo then? If we doing it, I was trying to leave some people off. I didn't want to make it too long. Lonzo or you right now? Come on.
Lonzo, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
shit, Lonzo, he up there with me. If we go do it too, we go do Kobe too. And I love Kobe. But Kobe, I don't know. Kobe was trash.
I got you, man. Well, look here, man. We got a lot of people in the chat. The people in the chat want some picks. I think we're going to skip. I had a bunch of bars from rappers, but we're not going to do that while you're driving. So we're going to go ahead and skip ahead to Let Him Cook, all right? This is a segment where we're going to give you some projections. You're going to pick more or less. The audience is going to decide whether they're cooking with you. If they agree with you, you get to keep on moving to the next person. If they disagree, that's when we stop cooking and put the pan down, and we're going to leave it at that, all right? So our first one is Justin Herbert, Los Angeles Chargers quarterback, more or less than 295 yards.
I'm going to go less.
Less?
I'm going less.
Steph,
Justin Herbert. He's not throwing for 300 yards. He's not throwing for 300 yards. I'm sorry.
Against the Vikings, who are also 0-2?
Man, they need the makeup game. It's that one. They can't go 0-3. They can't do that. They can't do that. That defense better step up. I don't see him throwing 300 yards on them. They can't go 0-3.
All right, well, look at that. All right, so I mean, what is the chat? I think the chat is cooking with less, man. They're not liking that one anymore. We can give them. They like less, so I think we are cooking. We're cooking with that one. All right, so we're gonna take it to the next.
We're going less.
We're gonna take it to the next one. All right, we got Keenan Allen, his receiver, Keenan Allen, who's been on fire the first 2 weeks, more or less 72.5 receiving yards.
Oh, more. Give him that. Who else he gonna throw it to?
Hey, this worked for us last week. In fact,
the Vikings
last week
was pretty good. I mean, they stopped Jalen Hurts. They held him down. They sacked him 4 times and intercepted him.
Yeah, no, I think I love it. More is the pick. I just think it's funny that you want less on Justin Herbert and more on Keenan Allen. So look here, it must be a receiver pass or something going to him. Is the audience cooking with him? It looks like the audience
is gonna wear it down. You gotta run the ball too.
There we go. And without Austin Eckler, we're gonna see. It looks like the audience is cooking still. They like you with more. They like you with more. They like you with more. So we're going to keep on cooking. Let's throw some onions on this plate. Devontae Adams, more or less than 75.5 receiving yards. What we taking there?
Man, more. We're going to give Devontae more, man. Mm-hmm. We're giving Devontae Adams more yards. He's a killer out here. One of the best receivers right now in the league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he got Jimmy Garoppolo throwing the ball. I mean,
we
got to start thinking about Jimmy G.
So look, this is my thing. So Jimmy can't pass. Jimmy can't throw a pass. past 10 yards. So I'm gonna give him 7 receptions, you feel me, for 10 yards. There it go. You feel me? He gonna get that. In 4 quarters, like, he gonna get that.
He averaged 89
He
last
gonna
year.
get that.
That's well
Jimmy
below his
Garoppolo.
average from last year.
The chat is cooking with you, bro.
Right.
The chat is letting you cook, so we're gonna keep on going in. We got Mike Williams. Now, this is gonna be difficult. Mike Williams more or less than 64.5 receiving yards. What we taking with Mike Williams?
All right, so you gotta divvy up the receivers somehow.
Oh, yeah, because I'm gonna take Mike for less, man. I'm gonna take Mike for less.
Woo,
What the chat
okay.
talking about? What my people talking about? I might take Mike for less, man.
We got a couple less coming, man. They better let you get to a 6 pick,
They're
which
with
a
you.
5 pick. Yeah.
Yeah, they with me. You feel me? Yeah, my people know what's going on.
Let him cook.
All right. And then the last pick says we cooking. We're just a list of final touches right here, man. You got to put a little bit of salt and pepper on that thing. Justin Jefferson, more or less than 94.5 receiving yards.
I love him. I love my boy. I'm going less.
Whoa, what a curveball.
Yeah, I was going to say curveball. Oh, they're saying more. They're saying more. Come on, give it to Jefferson.
Favorite. I know. He the fan favorite. I know.
You got to.
Favorite.
The Chargers defense got burned in week 1. It was Miami, but still, they still let Ryan Tannehill score 27 points this past week. That's a red flag.
Man.
Let Jefferson go off.
Coming into the third week. Yeah, coming into the third week. I don't know. We're going to see, man. We giving him 95 yards. We giving him 95 yards.
I mean, look, I'm just saying I'm just stating the facts. The man is on record-breaking pace right now. I think he had 150, 162 the first 2 weeks. Yeah, but at the same time, the chat went against you. So we stopped cooking there, all right? So we got 4 pick right there. Justin Herbert less, Keenan Allen more, Devontae Adams more, Mike Williams less. And we stopped cooking on Justin Jefferson. So we're going to see what that happened, y'all. You got the T-Rell pick 4 right there. If you guys are rocking with my guy, you guys tap in and go ahead and do that one, man. I liked it. I think he was cooking there all the way, but they don't like the one. Justin Jefferson's a bit of a trick there. Steph, we're going to the next one. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun with another projection game called The Pick is Right. This is a player on The Price is Right. I'm going to give a player, and I'm going to give a statistic that you guys are either rushing or passing, and you're just going to blindly guess what you think it is, and we'll adjust that to see if it's more than or less than the actual projection. Is that cool?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. We got Jamar Gibbs. Rushing yards. Are we taking more than or less than there? I mean, what do you think it is? Hold on. What do you think he's going to get this game? He's going against the Falcons, who have been okay against the run. They're at home. It's Jamar Gibbs. Without David Montgomery, how many yards do you think he gets?
And what do they have him at?
I can't tell you that. We got to go blind. That's
what number's at.
It's the price. It's the pick is right.
The pick is right.
Either he's really good at being still or he's frozen.
They didn't give him the ball as much in week 1. I know.
All right, Steph. It's gonna be me and you. We're gonna do it with just me and you. How many yards do you think Jamar Gibbs? Jamar. It's always confusing. How many yards do you think he gets against this game against the Falcons?
They I wanted to give him a bigger number, but they haven't been utilizing him enough. I would say maybe around. I feel like it might even be too high, 30s. So like in the 30s.
The line is, and this is when I checked it. I don't know what the projection is anymore, but it's 37.5. So that is impressive, actually, that you got that.
Okay.
I don't know if that means you're leaning towards the more than or the less than, because you kind of are right on. But there we go, 37.5.
That's high. That's higher 30s. I would take it at lower 30s, but yeah.
Okay. Next up is playing against the Lions, Kyle Pitts receiving yards. What do you think he gets receiving yards?
Well, Bijan's been getting the ball. He had the most targets and the most receptions. So it's going to be less than Bijan. For Kyle Pitts, receiving, I'm going to go with, I want to go with a similar amount, like 35, 40.
35, 40. Okay,
Forty.
that's good. That's good because the actual projection is 35 and a half, more or less than. And if you pick 35, that would have been a little bit less than. And I'm a Falcons fan, so we can't have
I
you
was about to
doing that
say,
on
I
this show.
almost nailed it on the head, and you're like, no, don't take that number.
I know it. Are
Okay.
you cheating on the show,
No,
cheat? Because that just,
money.
no. Hey, share your screen. You can't be, that's cheating. You can't take that.
I
All right,
didn't
that was
check
a
it. No, you said 35 and a half.
All
Yeah,
right.
I said 35.
We're gonna,
And I thought I'd give him more.
I know it. I got you. All right, we got Mac Jones fantasy score.
Oh,
what do you think his fantasy score will be?
Who
Hey, look at his picture. Look at his picture. As you look at his picture, does that symbolize somebody's going to get a lot in fantasy?
No, I don't.
He got kicker vibes on his face.
I don't know. I would say whatever the number is, I would say less.
Yeah. Well, what are you picking? And then if that's the case, pick a low number just so I can put you on there.
60s, I guess.
No, we're doing fantasy points.
Oh, I have no idea where to go with this. But I'm taking the less.
10. She's choosing 10. She's choosing 10 fantasy points, guys, and she might be spot on. His actual projection is 14 and a half fantasy score. So yeah, if you don't like that, but at the same time, I think they're going to be down, so he's going to have to throw the ball there. That's where we're going, guys. I don't know where T-Rell went right now, so maybe hopefully he's driving safely with two hands on the wheel. But in the meantime, me and Steph are going to hold you down. Ain't that right, Steph? You'll never leave me lonely. And I think your internet service is great.
TNF.
Well, all right, we're going to play a game here, too, called Steph versus the host, because the guest is not here. I'm going to give a projection, and I'm going to let you argue a side that you like, and I'm just going to play devil's advocate to argue the opposite side here, and we're going to see what the audience thinks, all right? Audience, stay with us here. We're working through this thing. Thank you for keeping up with us through all the technical difficulties. All right, our Steph first guess is Desmond Ridder, more or less than 190 passing yards.
Desmond Ridder, I would say more on this one. Just going back to Bijan Robinson getting lots of targets. He's been doing well for the Falcons. He's also had he's had more in 4 of 5. He's only played 6 NFL games, but 4 of those games he had more than his projection. They're also playing Lions, they have no pass rush, so he should be fine there. Also, their secondary is weaker, so I feel like I think he could go off. I think it'll be a good game for them.
I'm not going. I'm gonna go. I mean, I have to argue less than. I'm a Falcons fan, and let me tell you this: it's biased, but they're a running team. If they get the lead, they're handing that ball off to Bijan, and so Ridder doesn't have to throw. Secondly, if you watch that game against the Packers, he threw the ball to the other team about 5 times, and they were just dropping it. So I love Ridder. I think he's going to take the Falcons' places. I would just say anything with more than on his passing yards scares me. So if that's the case, if you take it more on him, I would say you definitely should hope that the Lions are winning and he has to throw. But I don't want that, okay? All right, next projection. Tony Pollard, more or less than 75 and a half rushing yards. What do you want to take, more or less there?
I would go with the more as well. He did have less in 7 of his 10 last games, but he was one of only 2 players in the NFL to record 1,000 rushing yards with less than 200 attempts. That was last season. Also, they're up against the Cardinals who, oh gosh, where do we begin with the Cardinals? They allowed the Giants to score 31 second-half points. This was a team that literally went scoreless within the first 6 quarters this season. Very devastating loss for the Cardinals. They're not doing well. I think this is a great spot for Tony Pollard. Definitely more. Definitely take more.
I mean, the news broke today. I'm taking the less than solely because I'm arguing against you, devil's advocate here, because he's on my fantasy team. But I would say that sad news broke today that Trayvon Diggs tore his ACL, so they're missing their probably number 1 corner there. if they get down, the Cowboys are going to have to find a way to survive. And I don't think that's with the rushing game. So 75 yards is not much. And the Cardinals aren't terrible. Like, yes, technically they may be tanking for Caleb, but at the same time, like, they've been competitive in both games. The Commanders game was very close. And the Giants game, I think they were just trying to lose that game to get Caleb Williams because they were the better team if you watch that game. And I still don't trust the Giants. We'll get into that later. But for the sake of anyone watching it, please agree with me. I got to take less than Tony Pollard, 75.
They have talent on defense. We just have not seen it this season. So, and that was up against like not even some of the best defense. So there's no depth there. I like them more.
All right. And then we got your boy, Ohio State, Garrett Wilson, more or less than 50.5 receiving yards. Are you taking the more or less? And I kind of know why you're taking more.
Honestly, I made you go against your guys in the past 2 rounds. This is my guy, my Buckeye. He's had more in 11 of his last 18 games. That's a 61% hit rate, but I got to go less. They're playing the Patriots. I know. First off, he's got Zach Wilson at quarterback, and they played the Patriots, who did very, very well against Miami's offense. And just looking at Garrett so far, he's only had 7 catches for 117 yards. That was on 13 targets. He can make things work with Zach Wilson, but I just don't know if it's going to work against the Patriots. So for this one, it would have to be less. And I hate to do that, but had to do it.
All right. Well, I don't need much explanation other than he's all they have. I'm sorry. Zach Wilson can only throw the ball to Garrett Wilson. And if you've been watching some of the catches the guy's making, he's a superhuman. He's Spider-Man. I mean, I genuinely believe more than it. This is not even like me. I'm not giving picks, obviously, but I just think that he's going to do it for my fantasy team. And even though the Jets probably will lose, I think you got to throw the ball to Garrett Wilson. You got to get the ball in playmakers' hands.
He was only 2 for 8 on targets last week. He got 8 looks and only had 2 of them. Although week 1 he was 5 for 5, but it took him 3 quarters to give him the ball in week 1.
The chat, I don't know who this guy is talking about, Randall Cobb, but no. Can we ban that guy? Because no, I'm joking. That's not ban that guy. Don't bring up Randall Cobb. I'm sorry. We got a game tonight. We got a little bit left of the show. We got to talk about Thursday night football. Obviously, the Giants have been terrible. The Niners have been amazing. Just overall, going into the vibes, do you think the Giants have a chance? Is it just going to be a blowout? How are we feeling, Steph?
Oh, I mean, they're favored by 10 right now. I feel like that number's moving. They don't have Saquon Barkley in the game. They really need him. Daniel Jones, it doesn't help that he's 1 in 10 in primetime games in his career. That's the worst amongst quarterbacks since like the 70s. So it's not set up good. They're also out a good amount of starters, and it's going to be a bad game. It's going to be a tough one for the 49ers. And when we look at some of these squares, I know a lot of people want to take McCaffrey, like for his rushing yard more because he's been going off. But we even heard Shanahan say, like, it's not sustainable to keep giving him the ball. Like, you can't do this all season.
Okay.
So I feel like this is going to be an interesting one. So if T-Rell isn't here, like I know we have his picks. That was one that he was going to have, but that was one I struggled with because we know McCaffrey's going to have a great game, but we also know that the 49ers are going to go off and really have a good game. Do they really want to up in this game and letting him go? So to keep it sustainable, he may not be the only one getting looks.
Yeah, I mean, if these are T-Rell's picks right here, and you could tell it's biased. I mean, he literally has more than on all the Niners players, and he has less than on all the the Giants players. I actually think this game's gonna be a lot closer, Steph. It's the NFL.
Ooh.
The NFL it's constant. Like, there's no such thing as a bad NFL team. They still get draft picks. They have the next best player. You never know. I think Matt Breida goes off. And we get Daniel Vick today. We get Daniel Jones running like Michael Vick over the 49ers defense. Obviously, Fred Warner's a beast, but I think there's a lot of opportunities for some mores on the Giants side. So that's just where I'm at. I think if we could pull back up T-Rell's picks, I just want to critique them with you. Let's see if we're going over with it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, he wants to go more on most of the projections for the 49ers, understandably so, but I think there's a case to be made against them. Just looking at Brock Purdy, his passing yards are set at 228.5. He totaled 426. Honestly, he hasn't been as great as you would expect. I mean, he has disappointed in some spots. Like, for this game, I don't think there's a need for him to make as many risks through the air. I mean, they should have this one locked down pretty easily. He's had 10 games with at least 20 passing attempts, and he's had more than 230 and a half. So it looks good, but it's more so the setup of this matchup. Are they going to be utilizing all the guys? I mean, they only have 3 days of rest. I don't think that they're going to I don't think they're going to have to put all these guys through that again because it's the Giants are their opponent.
Yeah.
That would be the hesitation to make for any of the 49ers.
I got you. I'm looking at the graphic. I think we may have made an error here, but it's fine. Matt Breida is definitely getting less than 155 yards. I can guarantee you that, guys. That is, I think the projection, to correct me if you guys are in the chat, I think it's 55. We just have a 1 there. Do you think he comes in and fills in for Saquon Barkley? Keep in mind, this guy with the 49ers, he was with the Niners. He was averaging like 6 yards a carry. So, like, he's not a bad running back at all.
Yeah, he's been productive with a limited number of rushes with 14 yards and a touchdown. And we know he's going to get the bulk of the carries without Barkley in there. He has accounted for 29 of his team's 33 rushing attempts by running backs this season. That's with Breida getting 3 and Gary Brightwell getting 1. I think that it's at 32 and a half. It's highly doable for this game. He's going to have to step up. You know, I think this would be a game for him to go more on. It seems very doable.
Yeah, but the problem is, if they get blown out, you got to hope for like a 3rd and long draw play to get all those yards because they're not going to be running the ball. So I definitely think that I would stay away from that. Rushing projections are not fun when you think there's a blowout possibility. But Paris Campbell shares my last name, so of course, Paris Campbell. Yeah.
So it's important, like, to even looking at the 49ers defense, they're 3rd in the NFL against the run. But I don't think at 32 and a half projected for him to rush without Saquon Barkley, I think that's doable.
Yeah. Well, what about Christian McCaffrey? Obviously, this guy has been lightning. It's just like he's been moving. Look at those greens. He only has 1 that he didn't green out, and I think that was the NFC Championship game, if I'm correct. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, at 79 and a half yards, are we taking more than or less than? What do you like, Steph?
Well, I mean, it's to the point I made about how they've been using him a lot. And this is a game where they only have 3 days of rest. Shanahan even said that it's not sustainable to do that. He regrets that how little Elijah Mitchell's even played this far. So that would imply that he'll get some more carries. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one just because of some of the statements made. But then again, you see how much he's going off. Obviously, we see him greening out. He's played every single down last week against the Rams. So I just can't really imagine him being put through that again, especially with the opponent they have. So I kind of look at his attempts at 15 and a half. That would be one where less would look good. Like, yeah, like he can hit the rushing yards, but how many times are going to give him the ball when we just heard that Mitchell's going to be getting it more?
You actually you changed my opinion. I was leaning going on the more, but then obviously I would say I would lean towards the less than now because you just said a short week and they need to get the ball to Elijah Mitchell. So thank you. Look at that expert work you got going on there. I wouldn't have known that. You know, sometimes you just think people. I thought McCaffrey was an automatic more just because he's a star. You know, he's a star.
But that's what I mean. You fully expect it from him. Primetime game against a weaker opponent, but Mitchell needs to get the ball more, and it seems to be the right spot to do it after he played all but 10 offensive snaps last week. Like, or that's all to start the season. Like, the guy needs some rest. It's a short week. They're going to need him all season, not so much against.
Look at his face in this photo, though. He looks like he's just a machine. He looks like you can't stop him. I mean, a lot of people say that, you know, like both his parents, his dad was an NFL star, his mother's Olympian. He's made to just get more. He's made to green out. That's just, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't go against him. All right, up next we got Deebo Samuels. What do we think about Deebo? Do you think Deebo's getting more or less than? Are you taking Deebo more or less than?
He rushed less than 14 and a half yards in 3 of his last 4 games. That's including playoffs. The Giants do have, you know, a weaker defense, primarily their secondary though. To the point of that they may need to share the ball more. That's a tough one. I would probably say like no play on that one. That seems like right where I would expect it to be at.
Well, if you like the lesson on McCaffrey, they got to get a ball to somebody to run the ball. So I think Debo on a screen, and these days he actually plays running back. I like the more than. That's just it for me. Look at him. I judge my moral lesson off of pictures, and that guy looks like a robot. That's RoboCop right there, and he's going robo right through 15.5 yards. All right, and then is there anything else you're keeping an eye on for this Thursday night game, Steph? I don't want to put you on the spot. Is there anybody you think may shine out? I know they got the rookie that wears Odell Beckham's jersey on the Giants. Somebody's got to step up and at least do something for the Giants, right? Is there anybody that you are?
You got to look at the guy that just got paid, but I kind of like it to go over on defense. Nick Bosa is going to have a big game in this one. And just looking at some of the numbers projected for him, they're having him at under a sack. Okay. Easy, take it. Yeah. Like, it's very obvious that guy's going to have a great game against Daniel Jones, who sucks in prime time. We've also seen that Daniel Jones had only 5 interceptions all through last season, and he's already had 3 this year through 2 games. Giants have been sloppy, so I would honestly look at the 49ers defense more so than their offense, because I think they're going to have a very big game in this one.
I mean, yes, I just feel like sometimes when everything looks like it's going to go the same way that everybody thinks, it goes the opposite. Yeah. Who I'm telling you, it's going to be Danny Vick today. Danny Vick is going more than on rushing yards. Every time Bosa sees him, he's going to hit him with a pow, break them ankles, and then go on. And, I think he scores a touchdown. That's what I like. I like more than touchdowns for Daniel Jones. Again, I'm not giving a pick. I'm just solely saying that's what my gut says, guys.
So your Giants tonight.
I do. I just got a feeling I want to root for the dog. Is that not,
We've had some really good Thursday night games this season. Let's see the Giants go off. Look at that comeback they had. So we'll see. Well, more so like they can pull it back together.
And the game is in. It's in San Francisco, right?
Yeah, doesn't help.
Yeah, it's in San Francisco. It's on the other side of town. But everybody in LA on Thursday night is driving around in their Tesla. They're not worried about being loud. I think Daniel Jones is going to have a little calm crowd. He's going to shock them. That's what we're going for.
How big of a deal is it that there's no Berkeley, though?
Not that big. As much as I hate to say this, people get mad at me. Running backs are replaceable. Oh, I know it sucks me saying that. Obviously, they want to make their money. They are. You can get the starting running back from Kent State right now, and he'll put in the NFL, and he'll get 5 yards a carry.
For the running back room, we need our running back spokesperson to come in. Jonathan Taylor, come on in. Should they get paid?
I'm hoping. Yeah, obviously it's a dangerous job. You've seen the Nick Chubb injury. Yeah, get your money. Things can go bad really fast. But at the same time, if we're being honest, how much of a difference is there between Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb? Is it going to be a big difference?
They have a much bigger role in college. I love watching college running backs, but it's a different game in the NFL. I agree. But what if you have a dual threat like in Bijan?
Well, Bijan's a receiver, right? We're not going to bring Bijan in here. I don't know if Laruski's still here, but he would take madly offense if you talk about Bijan in the bad sense. But we're talking about other running backs like Christian McCaffrey and all those guys, all right? Well, look, Steph, we're approaching 45 minutes, which is around our cutoff time. So we're going to have to slow this ship down, and we're going to land it right here, guys. Obviously, we got football starting in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, which is coming up close for us. Steph, is there anything you want to say to the audience? Any news? You got anything going on?
Well, it is a huge game in college football. It's the most ranked teams going up against each other since 2015. Saturday is going to be just as interesting, and I'm going to be sweating my Buckeyes in South Bend against Notre Dame. That one is going to be nerve-wracking.
They should definitely.
So even before I get to Sunday, I'm going to have my heart pounding all day long Saturday. Jeez. I
got you. And what do you think about this Oregon Ducks versus Colorado Buffaloes? You think the Buffs have a chance, or is the flare-out happening now?
I'm not gonna lie, the Buffs had me very nervous last week. 2 overtimes.
They should have lost that game, in all honesty.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Well, look.
it's going to be fun to watch.
All right, we'll get to that, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to Cheat Sheet, guys. Obviously, use this information that we give you to put some great. Hope you guys all green out this weekend. Steph, thank you. T-Rell, I know you're probably watching because you're driving. So there we go. Thank you for coming on. And you guys have fun and let's chat. Let's chat next week and see how you guys greened out. Take care, guys. It's been Cheat Sheet.